This is the Emotion Connection, where you'll experience health through feeling. Explore emotion from a different perspective and learn how to use your emotions to improve your day-to-day life. Introducing your host, founder of the Emotion Research Institute and creator of Emotional Strength, Sharon Fay. Sharon heads up a successful business empowering leaders to bring about organisational development and cultural change. Get your senses ready as we delve into the many facets of emotion together. Over to Sharon.
Hello, I'm Sharon Fay. Emotion is my thing. And today's podcast is the final episode of Season 1. And I feel really excited to share with you what I've been through and through this 10 episodes. I'm going to wrap up with this 10th podcast. And I say to you, well done us. To my surprise and delight, I loved the experience. I hope you did love it as well. Recording podcasts to me was like running. And I know that's a tenuous link, as I always do, but I didn't know I would like it. But I gave it a go anyway, and I loved it. There is something magical about sharing with you, the listeners out there. I have had plenty of feedback from you all, for which I am truly grateful. So I'm going to go through the episodes one by one, but I just want to give you the main theme of the podcast. So if you ever wanted to review what those episodes were about, you can always play this final episode and that will tell you. So episode 1 was the importance of connecting to feelings. And this was a foundation podcast to give you the building blocks to feeling. Because as you know by now, feeling is not easy when you've been numb for so long. Episode 2 was feeling versus avoiding. And you'll all remember the interview with Alison was amazing. We got a lot of feedback on that and about Alison's vulnerability, which was great to see vulnerability in action. Episode 3 was the myth of negative emotion, where I pointed out that emotion gets a bad rap. Then we had a Q&A on episodes 1 to 3. And the main thing out of that Q&A, there were lots of learnings and lots of interesting things out of that Q&A, but the main thing I got was giving people a reframe on homework. And you all responded positively to the word homework, which was amazing. That was a full-on experience in itself. Episode 4 was emotional strength, the missing link, ? And the main theme out of that episode was emotional strength saved my life. And I'm hoping it can save many other lives as well and continues to do so. Episode 5, emotion-body connection. How emotion theory lost the body. Episode 6 was building emotional strength in teachers. That was our pilot study. And the main idea out of that one was when teachers change, students change. Episode 7 was the big one on vulnerability. And this one, I must say, got the biggest conversation going. So much great awareness and learnings came out of this episode. And the main idea out of this one for me was to be vulnerable is central to the human experience, which I believe very much. Episode 8 was parenting with emotional strength. And that was the main theme out of that one for me was my lived experience of raising 6 children. Yeah, 6. Amazing. There was a Q&A after that one on specifically on episode 7, vulnerability, because that was the one that raised the most questions. And I really loved responding to those deep questions that you asked me, so I appreciate that. Episode 9 was leadership with emotional strength and having a go at changing your lens and how you see the world. And this is episode 10, the final episode that I've said, it's a wrap. Some of you know the backstory about the Emotion Research Institute and how it started, with angel investors funding the first 10 years of our charity. It's an amazing effort. 10 years. And now the second 10 years will be funded by generous spirits out there who can see the value in leaving a legacy of important research that will change the way the world relates to emotion. Now, why is this important? And this is a major point. Because I believe that connecting to emotion will protect our world. And the world is very challenging at the moment. It will provide protection because when we're in our body, we cannot hurt ourselves or anyone else. Now, I'll just take a moment after that. When we're in our body, we cannot hurt ourselves or anyone else. And my personal experience of coming back into my body after being disconnected most of my life was so profound that I decided to dedicate my life to the research, study, and the promotion of connecting to feeling through emotion. The Institute's research agenda, as some of you know, involves two areas: the science of emotion and the applied research on emotion. Our research team will discover how we heal by connecting to our feelings. Can it be explained through quantum physics? We will also continue our work in the applied area of education and business. As I sign off, I would like to acknowledge my media coach, Carmen Braidwood, for her invaluable support in helping me improve my speaking. I'm getting lots of feedback about how the lecture was the best presentation people had ever seen. I'm getting lots of feedback about how the podcasts have evolved. So thank you for all those comments. And a big thank you to Rachel Nash, who's been invaluable over the past 12 months and became an instant podcast producer. I'm sure she didn't expect that. Her media skills are amazing. So thank you, Rachel. You're always in my heart. And thank you to all of you who care so deeply about spreading the emotion connection in the world. Health through feeling. This is original research with a global vision. Our next podcast will take a little break, but will be podcast 1 to kick off our second season. See you next time.
Well, that's a wrap. The Emotion Connection is produced by Sharon Fay and her team at the Emotion Research Institute. With a vision to help people feel, this is just one way we're spreading the word. From our hub in Perth, Western Australia, our goal is to advance global research on human emotion and bring together the world's best scholars to conduct rigorous research into emotion all in one place. Would you like to help? Do you have feedback or suggestions? We'd love to hear from you. Visit emotionresearch.com.au to get in touch, sign up to our newsletter and learn more. If you'd like to support our work, make a donation. Remember, your generosity fuels our vision and contributions over $2 Australian are tax deductible. See you next time.